Look into my eyes. You are getting sleepy. Sleepy. Your eyelids can't stay open any longer. Close your eyes and listen to my voice. When I snap my fingers, you will wake up happy and refreshed and want to subscribe to this channel and get all your friends and family to subscribe to this channel. How do you feel? Great. Okay, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I'll wait. You know, hypnotism has been around for a long, long time. You've seen it in movies. You've seen it maybe in nightclubs. You've seen it on TV. Some people say they can be hypnotized. Other people say they can't be hypnotized. Well, wherever you've seen it, hypnotism has been around a long, long time. It truly has been used from everything from parlor tricks to get some laughs, nightclubs to get some more laughs, even some serious things such as healing powers, meaning the healing of the mind or getting someone to remember something that they've completely blocked out of their mind because of a trauma or something like that. So, who was the first person to discover hypnotism? And why did they think that they would be able to take a normal person wide awake and with a few words put them to sleep and enable them to reach into the deepest, darkest corners of their mind? Well, look into my eyes and I'll tell you. The earliest evidence of the use of hypnosis comes from the Egyptian Ebers Papyrus, dating back to 1550 BC, where it actually described healing by the laying of hands on the patient, motions of the hands, and eye fixation. It has been found that it was even used in Persian, Chinese, Indian, Greek, and Roman history. In fact, the sick would actually go to healing places that was known as sleep temples and dream temples to be cured with hypnosis. In ancient India, it was written in the Sanskrit book of the Law of Manu that there were different stages of hypnosis: sleepwalking, dream sleep, and even ecstasy sleep. In the 18th century, Maximilian Hell became famous for healing people by using magnetized steel plates on the body while the patient was in a hypnotic state. One of Hell's patients was Franz Mesmer, an Australian physician, who believed that he could even induce a trance state, but he didn't need the magnets because he believed that the healing powers came from within him, and there was an invisible, powerful fluid that occupies space to aid in the healing. He was wrong, naturally, but little did he know, he was close to the answer. As silly as it sounds now, he did manage to leave behind one thing from his experiments. It was from his name that the word mesmerized would derive. In 1813, the Portuguese priest Abbe Faria began to conduct his own research on hypnosis. Faria proposed that the idea that the healing actually came from within the patient's own mind. Because of Faria's work, the French school of hypnosis-centered psychotherapy, called the Nancy School, the School of Suggestion, was created. The Nancy School was founded by Ambrose Auguste Lebeau, a simple country doctor who is actually considered to be the father of modern psychotherapy. Lebeau studied the similarities between the states of sleep and trance, and he found that he could produce those states just with suggestion. Lebeau's book, Sleep and its Analogous State, written in 1866, caught the attention of Hippolyte Bernheim, a renowned neurologist that became so amazed with Lebeau's studies that he actually left the field of internal medicine to become a hypnotherapist. To this day, they are both considered to be the innovators of modern psychotherapy. Freud began to use hypnosis in 1887, and it was the driving factor in his invention of psychoanalysis. It was also discovered in 1800s that hypnosis could take the place of anesthesia for operating on patients. The Scottish surgeon James Esdale actually used hypnosis to perform over 2,000 minor and over 300 major operations during the 1840s and 1850s. From then on, hypnosis was used for everything, from mental afflictions to anesthesia, and it was even found to help in the rapid treatment of trauma from soldiers during World War I and World War II. Unfortunately, it was also discovered that suggestions or instructions could be planted in the patient's mind while under the trance of hypnosis that they would be unaware of even after being revived, and would later in fact act on those suggestions or instructions when a trigger word that was planted along with the suggestions would be heard. Now you see where all of the espionage and science fiction movies come from? So now you know where hypnotism came from and who perfected it. But let me tell you something. Hypnotism, unfortunately, can be done by almost anyone with very little training. There is an expertise to it though. And the thing about hypnotism, it can be dangerous to the person's mind. It can actually blur the boundary between imagination and memory. So don't play around with hypnotism when you go to a party or anywhere else. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Who knows? You could someday hear a sound that for the rest of your life have you barking every time you hear a siren.